Hey, so I recently saw a video by Tom Nash entitled "I Wasn't Honest with You, I'm Sorry." And if you guys haven't seen it, you guys should go check it out. But in his video, he was talking about how in this space currently, with a lot of the influencers that are out there, they they keep saying this whole thing where they're up 30, 60, 200% or whatever in their accounts. But it's a little disingenuous because they never highlight any of their losses. Another observation I've noticed is that a lot of their fans become essentially sycophantic and they choose this influencer as some sort of authority, but they don't choose it based on facts or results. They choose it because it seems familiar. And, I'm not one that's ever been too familiar, and, that's why I'm joining you in making this video, even though it's going to hurt my metrics and stuff like that. But I also want to say that, if you're a fan of me, or if you like what I do and everything, obviously hit that like and subscribe button, leave a comment, share this video and stuff like that. But, I don't ever want you to go out there and feel like you have to defend me for anything, because at the end of the day, like, I really don't care. I don't even know who these people are. Honestly, upon thinking about it, if I was to act in such a boy behavior, I think I'd probably be partnered now, but honestly, I'm not about that life. The former, not the latter. Okay, I'd like to become partner at some point on YouTube and everything, but it's harder for me because I'm somewhat of an anti-sensationalist, and on top of that, I will be blocking some of my numbers because I don't really care about the shock and awe value of my numbers. My haters can, come at me all they want, trying to say, "Oh, look at this poor boy," whatever, any of that stuff. I don't really care. None of what I have in my trading account, my bank account, or assets that I hold matter because you don't benefit from any of that money. And, you can rub yourself raw as much as you like. I don't care. So one of my first strategies over here, and I run multiple in the same ones, but one of the first ones over here is the seasonal tendency. There's a little bit of open insider and stuff like that too that I kind of lead into with this, but for the most part, that's not the point. One of the first losses I took was back in Geo Group, and this is the prison stock that Michael Burry was getting into, which he was really early on, and I lost a whopping 25% on that play. And flipping over to my trading history, here is the receipt for this thing right here. So the next one is Walgreens. I got into this in the notion, thinking in my head that Q4, I think that healthcare was going to be a relatively big thing. Granted, the seasonality did not run that long, and sure enough, I got out of this, but I incurred a loss on this thing because their earnings were not as good as expected, and they had a massive drop. Although I wanted to average down into this thing, I did not have the capital to stretch in this thing as well. So I ended up taking about a 5.64% loss on this. And again, here's the receipts right here, as you can see in plain as day. At the beginning, I mentioned another strategy I do on top of this in conjunction with this, whatever, but I'm kind of omitting it right now because there's not enough data points, in the sense that, not that it's like, bad or anything like that, it's just that it hasn't really occurred a loss yet. There's been so few plays, few and far between, that I've liked that I actually took in that thing, that I feel it'd be kind of disingenuous to this video. Like, let me know down below if you guys actually want to know how it's doing so far, because like I would just point it out to you. It's like, okay, well, this is ETM, that was one, Hill was another one, Cinedigm was another one. There was two I did not take at this current moment, and I'm not advocating you guys to take this because these plays have already passed, but Select Quote was one of them, and then I was looking at Wolf because I went through the numbers and it looked like they were going to become net profitable by Q4, assuming nothing happens. But again, like I said, not an advocation to buy or sell, and that's not the point of this video. The point is to show you my losses, not my winners. This is one of the other strategies I run, and one of the first losses I actually did take was this one over here that I'm clicking on right now. The first one I see up there is not something I took actually because I just wasn't sure at that point. I was still testing it, but this is the first one I actually took. And again, here you go for posterity's sake. Also, the share count is wrong in this thing because I was using a lower risk sizing for this thing, and I didn't really adjust it for the sheet. So, but it is what it is. Here you go. Here's the receipt. The next hit I took was up here in Zella, and I lost about 3% on that trade. And here you go. Here's the receipts for posterity. These next couple ones, I didn't take all of them. I only took some of them because at the time I was slightly tilted by something going on in my personal life, but I still recorded them kind of regardlessly of that. I didn't always take them, but I recorded them because the strategy would dictate that I would take them and so forth, right? But that is with Wish. and I lost about a 9% on that thing, and B big, that was a 1% loss. And the funny thing about the B big one was that it was actually a winner that turned into a loser because I'm an idiot, and thanks to rules, unfortunately, I was still refining at the time. I should probably tag them better, but I'm frequently disorganized because I'm hopping between this and like other things at all times. But the next loss I did take was in CEI, and I took a 5.6% loss in it. And here you go again for posterity. There's the CEI position right there. The next loss I took again was with CEI again, and I took about a 13% hit on that thing. And again, here you go for posterity's sake. Well, those are my losses. If you want to see some of my strategies, you can via my subscribe star down below. $20 a month will get you access to see what I'm researching at the moment. Subscribe to my YouTube, like, comment, share, and follow me on my other socials as well. And honestly, even I thought that this video would have been a lot longer, but apparently it's not. I guess it's mostly just because you're a day trader. It doesn't mean you have to trade every single day.